Yeah.
All right, thanks guys for joining us. We're joined by seniors Tucker McRae and Cam MacDonald and Coach Cashman. We're going to let Coach open up with a quick statement, and then we'll talk to the student athletes, let them go back downstairs and celebrate, and open up for questions with Coach after that. Coach, go ahead, thanks.
Yeah, it'll be hard to be quick, I'm being honest, but thank you to Chad Cassidy and his team for the weekend. Thank you to Doug Christensen and his team for the weekend and first class, the way they treated us. This is, it'll be hard for me to describe what's happening right now and what's going on all of our phones. And the result that happened tonight was unbelievable. So I've known Ben Sire recruited me 24 years ago at Quinnipiac. He coached me. He's been my coach and he's been my friend for a long time. Congratulations to him, Connor Jones, Dan Henningsen, their whole staff. Just the playoffs that they had, the game they had tonight, it was just they were really good. They were really well prepared. They played great. But at the end of the day, man, like, this group's been special. These guys won 5 games their freshman year. 5. We were the worst team in the country. Pairwise, wins. There wasn't a ranking that we weren't at the very bottom. And 4 years later, they're the first ever Dartmouth champion. They're going to be a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. I cannot tell you how grateful I am to be part of these guys' lives and to be part of this group. So,
thanks, Coach. Okay, we'll open up for the student athletes. Questions for the student athletes? Yep.
Cam, talk about the development of this group this year, last year, and through your time. As Coach alluded to, you had 5 years ago. How's it been being part of this team?
Yeah, it's definitely a special group, and I think the thing that stands out the most for us seniors is we're running the exact same systems, and we have the exact same details, and overall the messaging has been pretty much the same for the last 4 years, which is crazy to think about when you go from a 5-win team to ECAC champs this year and a strong tournament berth. It comes down to just guys buying into the program. It comes down to the character that we have in the room, and it comes down to just overall a really great group of student athletes.
Okay, next question. Yep, back.
Tucker, I noticed that you guys, during the celebration, you guys pointed that jersey, the Dartmouth jersey, that doesn't have a championship on it. What does that mean that you're getting now these for 2026?
Yeah, that was a huge motivator for us going into this, knowing that accomplishing something like this is making history for this program. So that was big, going out for the 30 for overtime. Guys were saying, look up at that jersey if you need some extra motivation. So it's an unbelievable program, and it's quite special to be a part of something like this.
Okay. Next question.
For both of you, for both players, just talk about your journeys at Dartmouth. It's not done yet. There's a lot of time on it. But talk about the last 4 years. And I've asked you about this before, but in this moment, how's the last 4 years really been?
That's a good question. It's really hard to put that into words. Obviously, first year there's a lot of downs. We have a unique schedule being on a quarter system. You get a lot of time at the rink, and when things aren't going great, some of those times are pretty challenging. But when it's going good, and it's a lot more fun. And I think this group is closer than any other team I've been on, and I'm sure Tucker can speak to that as well. And it starts in training camp. Guys were bought in to the program, but guys are bought into just every day being the best they could be, and we're playing some of the best hockey at the end of the year because of that.
Yeah, Dartmouth has been unbelievable. The community, the school, our coaching staff, as well as other athletic trainers, core people. It's a really special group, and to see over the course of the 4 years, their investment in the program, and then our administration, their investment in the program, to see that pay off like this, to have a group this close is unbelievable, and it's quite a special feeling.
Tucker, how much confidence does that give you guys? I thought you played phenomenal
Yeah, he's been unbelievable for us. He works so hard throughout the week. It's awesome seeing him have the success that he's been having. To have a guy like that that's so close to everyone, but when it's game time, he puts his game face on, and he's a hell of a player.
Yep.
You guys, when Princeton had that question in the third period, tied up, what's the message of your team and then how do you walk through cutting it?
I think it comes back to just what we talked about since preseason. We've never really been focused too much on the results. We've always just dialed in on what our details and what our habits look like. We say that a lot, the locker room and on the bench. And honestly, nothing changes if we're up 3 or if we're in a tie game or we're down 1 in the third. And I think we were able to sort of weather that push that they had and come out in overtime and have a couple good chances, not get really shaken up when they had their chances as well, because we weren't too concerned about the result. We were just more concerned about what we were doing each shift in our current shift and looking forward to the next shift we were out there for.
Yeah, I think Cam said it really well. We're just focused on our game, what we can control. We knew there's going to be ups and downs in the game, so just knowing how to weather that, I think is great for our team.
Winning a championship is special, especially at a program like Dartmouth. What do you think the legacy of this will be? And obviously, you guys still got, hopefully 3 more weeks to go, right?
Yeah, I think every year that we've been here, at least the standard's kind of been raised for what it means to be Dartmouth. Obviously, this has been an amazing year so far, and we're not done yet, but I think we really just see this as a stepping stone into what the new expectation is for this group and this school in general.
I think the biggest thing for us is, a quote we have written up on the wall is play for the game and not the opportunity. And I think that's been big for us is just focusing on our game, think of it as game 33 tonight, nothing special about it. We play our game, and that'll bring us to good places. So I think carrying that into next weekend is going to be important for us.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, make a deal, you guys. We'll let you go.
We'll celebrate.
Go join your friends.
Yeah.
Good job.
you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
We're going to wait for the next question because I guarantee it's going to erupt out there. All right. It's worth waiting for, right, Coach?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. All right, okay.
No doubt.
Good. All right. We'll open it up here for questions for Coach. Go ahead, first question. Yep.
Yeah, Coach, I saw at the end of the game your goalie literally was bloody afterwards. I don't know if you know what happened at all, but I guess is that kind of a symbol of how tough he is as a player?
It's a symbol for something with Emmett. I do not know what happened. He is unique, but he was without a doubt our best player this weekend. He has continued to get better in the 2 years that we've had him, and we're not winning this we're not playing tonight if it wasn't for him, and obviously he was unbelievable. So we're lucky to have him in our program. He's bought into what we're trying to do. He's gotten better every day, working with Jason Tapp and working with our group, and really, really proud of him because he's learned how to harness some of his uniqueness and be focused when the puck is dropped for 60-plus minutes.
What do you think specifically he's done? Obviously, he gained the confidence, midway through the season. He won the job outright because he was sharing it early. What has been kind of the biggest development for him?
I think there's a couple of things. I think one, he got healthy. He was never fully healthy in Waterloo. He was never fully healthy in Clarkson. And I think he got to Dartmouth. I think he made some changes to get himself more healthy. I think our strength coach and our athletic trainer did a great job with him. And then I think there's been some maturity. I think he would probably tell you himself on how he approaches every day. And so I think he's gotten his body in a really good place. He's worked hard to get his mind in a really good place. And he's obviously seeing the puck great right now.
In the back, yep.
Thank you.
So the question of first period special teams came up big. I just wanted to get your take on what you saw with what's unique and what changed going forward.
Well, I'd love to avoid being down on a 5-on-3 in the first period. That's 2 games in a row, which we haven't had one all year. But I don't know where our PK's at, if it's first or second in the country. But they did a tremendous job. Selfless, blocking shots, good sticks. Didn't really give up much seam passes. And then the only way you win this tournament is if your power play scores. It just has to. And it wasn't the prettiest of Hayden's 29 goals that he scored this year, but we had bodies around the net, and at the end of the day, we got that big power play goal. So you win special teams, you have a really good chance to win.
How big is this for Dartmouth? Obviously, winning a championship, first time ever. 46 years since you've been in the NCAA tournament. How special is this and the history of that?
I mean, I don't know if I properly understand it, and I have a tremendous relationship with our alums. We had Jack Brennan was here today. I think he's class of 76. Like we have great relationships with Bob Gaudette's class of 81. Like I have a great relationship with those guys, and they are so proud to be Dartmouth alums and Dartmouth hockey players. But it's been pretty exciting for them the last couple of years to see growth and to see some of the things that have happened in our program, whether it's winning some games, whether it's guys signing in the NHL. But this is just another level. So for them, it's really cool. I think for me, and I'm sure you were here, Josh, I sat up here 2 years ago and said, we are a legit Division I hockey program. And I felt like that 2 years ago. And this is, I'm not saying we're going to win this every year, but we want sustained success. And we have some of the top free agents in college hockey. We had 2 kids, Luke Ames and Cooper Flinton, that should have been in this senior class that left after last year. We had Cooper Black left after his sophomore year, signed NHL deals. We believe Dartmouth, you can be the best of everything. You can be an elite student and have elite opportunities life after hockey, and we believe you can come to Dartmouth and win championships and play professional hockey. And Jason Tapp's been with me since day one, and it was a vision for a long time. Again, 3 years ago, I sat up here 2 years ago, and it was a vision. And today, it's not. You can win a championship. You can go to an NCAA tournament. You can play at the highest level, and it's such an elite college. And now that we can get hockey here, now let's keep it here, right?
How big of it is for the community as well? We've talked about Thompson all year, the Hanover area. They love hockey.
The Upper Valley is unbelievable. You drive around, it's got a little Minnesota feel from the standpoint of you drive around town and there's outdoor rinks. Like our school puts outdoor rinks in the outside the library in the wintertime. Like we have the winter carnival. The Upper Valley, again, 1905, like they've been supporting hockey forever, and they love hockey. And we got some great youth hockey associations up there. We got a ton of numbers up there. Hockey is growing, and it's important for Dartmouth to be good at hockey, and they deserve to be good at hockey. And I got to say, I don't think this happens without President Bylock and her support of athletics and hockey. It certainly doesn't happen without Mike Harity and his support of athletics and hockey, and then Claire Bernard and Chris Sloan over here, like the whole senior administration team. I learned this a while ago, you need your president, administration, and program to be aligned, and we've been aligned for the last 3 years.
Going to the NCAA tournament, do you think your adaptability, because I've seen you guys play so many different types of games. Another example, really hard check game, really 1-0 game. What do you think about that adaptability and how that would benefit you in the NCAA tournament?
I think if we're just talking strictly hockey, we did not play our best hockey tonight. But if we play our best hockey, we deserve to be a 2 seed. We'll go toe-to-toe with anybody. These guys take away pressure, or they create pressure, they take away time and space, they play the game the right way, and then we have elite players at the top of our lineup, we have complete buy-in, and we have a great goaltender. So I don't know who we're going to get, and we will respect them, but we will not tiptoe into the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
Talk about your depth just throughout the lineup. Can you talk about your overtime goal scorer, second career goal, for him to come through, just amid all the names you have on the roster?
Yeah, it's just, again, you're around it, you guys are all around sports long enough to know you don't win, you don't go through a playoffs, you don't win a championship with one line or one guy or one person. You just don't. And so for Timmy to score that goal, but Timmy Mosconi's been bought in since day one, right? Let's go back to last night, and it's Nathan Morin and Colin Grable. The really cool thing about those two guys, Colin Grable and Tim Mosconi, is they came in last year and they kind of were like 6, 7, 8. Played some games, I remember bringing them in the office at Christmas and said, we love you guys. We haven't had injuries. We were having a good start to the year. Stay with it. And they never wavered. We healthy scratched them. They would maybe play three shifts. But that is why we're at, because we have a culture of guys that continually chase growth. And it's true. It's not coach speak. And so now all of a sudden, fast forward to the end of their sophomore year, and who's our two biggest goal scorers? These kids that at Christmas could have packed it up. I'm going on a tangent, but we've lost one kid to the transfer portal in 6 years, in underclassmen. We've lost some grad transfers. That says so much of the kind of kids that want to keep getting better and wanted this to happen. They didn't run from it, they ran at it. And that's a really cool thing.
And just the last couple of years, you've experienced a heartbreak in this place.
Yeah.
Did that kind of teach you just about how slim the margins are here, and just how did that make you successful?
I just think our mentality was, and it's not just another weekend, but we had to approach it that way. I think it was very, we tried to keep it as normal as possible. Maybe it wasn't a great speech because we didn't play as good, but I went back to the things we said before our exhibition game versus Norwich. And I said those same things tonight, because that's how you win. We weren't going to want it more than Princeton. Princeton wanted it as much as we. It wasn't going to be a desire thing. It was going to be a discipline and execution thing. And I think year one, happy to be here. Year two, a little bit of like, maybe we can do it. But I think year three is, let's go there and win a couple games and just talked about it. But it was play our game and not the occasion. That's been the quote we've been rolling with since the last weekend of the year. It'll be the same thing going to the NCAA. So whoever we play, it won't be about that. We're going to play our game. It's not going to be the occasion, and make somebody beat our best.
Any other questions for Coach? Coach, go join your team. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for being here.